Freedom's the answer. What's the question? You're listening to Ernest Hancock.
Yeah, what we fight for here and declare your independence. Of me, Ernest Hancock, each and every day here on LRN.FM. Yeah, baby, we're fighting for some freedom. Well, you know, I tell you what we're fighting for. Minds. How many minds can we free? You know, there's a lot of things you can do for your mind. I mean, a lot of it's, you know, I got to show you guys something. Here you go. You ready? Ew, you see this? That's the juicing that I do like 3 times a day. My wife takes care of it. It's just carrots, Granny Smith apples, and something green like collard greens or kale or something like that. I've been doing that for over a year, and I'm telling you, it made me feel a lot better. It's taken years off of my, aging here. You know, I feel a lot better. It doesn't matter. I mean, I don't get all anal about what I eat and everything, but if I drink this, I'm not hungry, so I'm not eating a lot of junk. And if I do eat some junk, I'm like, ew. Like last night, I had, sourdough Jack, man. I'm from Jack in the Box, and my wife's down in Tucson, so I snuck one. You know, and I'm like, I go, this is good. I feel like crap. But, the thing is that, if we can feed our minds with good nutrition and so on, it really makes a big difference. And I encourage you to do that. I tell you what, the price goes down. That's another thing that we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing a show on Bountiful Baskets. It's a co-op to where we're going to be doing something on it next week. What you do is you go on Monday and Tuesday, and it's all over the country. So you can, any of you just go check it. Bountiful Baskets. You Google it and it'll come up. You order for $15. You get a basket full of fruits and vegetables. And there are some of our friends here, young people that, they're taking this nutrition thing seriously, and they, living on, a couple of $100 a month, and where do they get their protein? Donna's eggs from our chickens. Got chickens, because that is, a lot of nutrition there. We're just feeling better. If America would just feel better, things would be better. And it's better than not, okay? Now, what I wanted to talk to you guys about is what's coming, and Wrigley Mansion, we had the Bill of Rights Day there that was done by Andre Campos and Alan Corwin. Now, Alan Corwin, we've had him on the show before. He writes gun laws, at gunlaws.com or something like that. He writes a lot of firearm freedom books and what the laws are in different places. And he also co-authored a book, Supreme Court Decisions on Guns. They always say, oh, no, they've never done. Heck, man, there's dozens of cases that had to do with firearms. So he has, over the last few years, every year, he would have on Bill of Rights Day, the 15th of December, he would have an event up at Wrigley Mansion. I think this is probably at least the 3rd or 4th year that he's done this. And it's interesting, they get this one guy that comes up and he dresses as Thomas Paine. And I've seen this guy before. And if you are a Republican, you're wanting the GOP, we're going to save the world and we're in charge now kind of thing, you don't like what he has to say. Because Thomas Paine was he was governor of Virginia. He was the longest serving governor in history. I'm good. Washington wanted him to be Secretary of State. They wanted him to be in charge of the blah, blah, blah. And he goes, nope, I'm good, Virginia. Well, Thomas Paine was, Patrick Henry. I was close. Patrick Henry. So Patrick Henry, he's like, gives some speeches, and, give me liberty, give me death speech, and some of his speeches and excerpts from him talking to the state legislature about ratifying the Constitution. You want to know where the Bill of Rights came from? And we talked about this before on the show. The Bill of Rights came from the compromise they had with the Anti-Federalists. They were like, man, we're ready to have us another revolution. This power to tax, power to eminent domain, the power to, regulate commerce, the power, the general welfare clause. Man, this sucks. And if we don't have a Bill of Rights saying you have another revolution, well, that was the compromise that was done. And the guys doing the Constitution, they're like, yeah, whatever. Just as long as we get our central power, we'll worry about that other thing later, this dang Bill of Rights throwing up hurdles, because they have the judges. They get to determine, yeah, that's constitutional. Kilo, we can take your goodies. Now that's what Bob Levy from the Cato Institute, he has a book called The Dirty Dozen, and he highlights 12 Supreme Court cases of how we got here. 12 cases that screwed us immensely. Well, it started back with Hamilton and I think Madison. They're going on about the the General Welfare Clause. Well, they kind of put that in, and you know how these guys are. Guys like Hamilton, they're, this little slimy guys. We'll just put this little word in there, make it all flowery and sound good and everything, but we'll put this in there. We'll have our own judges determine that, provide for the general welfare means we can do whatever the heck we want. Well, of course, Madison and the guys, they're like, look, let me tell you what general welfare means. It means the general welfare is benefited by being free. It's not a central plan for, general welfare. The general welfare is that you protect me from anybody's central plan. So this argument goes on. So right in the beginning, we're already starting to get screwed. There was another case where they hammered in on the Commerce Clause. And I can't remember the case, and it's not a test. You don't need to write it down anyway. But the Commerce Clause, what they did is they go, all right, FDR decided that we're going to raise prices by limiting supply. People are in depression. People are starving. We'll just plow under the wheat fields. We'll slaughter cows. I remember in high school in the 70s and everything, they had all these problems. They were slaughtering their cows and killing their chickens and so on because they just couldn't, all the regulation and everything, they couldn't make, they're pouring out the milk and they're doing, we've gone through this. Wage and price controls with Nixon. So I'm going, do we ever learn anything? No, I tell you what we learn is that those in power, those in control, it's all about to benefit them, not us. Of course, Dr. Paul's saying, yeah, houses should go down to 20, so poor people can buy houses. No, we got to keep prices up. It's going to get bad. And because we've went through this before for the same reasons, and we'll talk about it a little bit. But this one case was a gentleman was growing his own wheat. And he goes, hey, man, they go, you can't you got to plow it under, you can't use this, you're affecting commerce. He goes, what? I'm not transporting over state lines. I'm not even selling it. I'm using it on my own farm. I'm eating it and using it as feed for my livestock. So I'm good. I'm out. And they go, you know what? This is the ruling. Seeing as how, if you didn't grow that wheat, you would have to buy it on the market. And the fact that you're not buying it means that you're affecting commerce and jurisdiction claimed. Next. Really? Okay. They want to play that way. Then there's other cases like that. It would go on, like a Kilo decision. We're going to be able to take land, okay? And it was Lauren Currio and Free Keene up there. I met Lauren. She's a great activist. She's one of the Kilo 7. Arrest me. Because they understood that how important this issue was. Can you take someone's private property for private interest? So this is how they ruled it. Just like, growing your wheat thing. Well, if we built a pharmaceutical plant here and a hotel and all this other stuff, we get more tax revenue, public benefit, we take it. Well, they never built it. It doesn't matter. This is all these cases. And we had Bob on before, and, we'll talk about what he had to say. And then, Thomas, we got him in. We'll tell his little run-in with the police last night. We'll talk about it. You guys stay right there. Got all kinds of information for you. We'll be right back here on Declare Your Independence.